Welcome back to the Griffith Family Foundation show. In the second segment of the show today, I have with me a good friend, Tim Surkovich of Project Diagnosis for MS Society.
Correct.
And so, Tim, I think back to the last time you were on, we were discussing the MS bike race.
Correct.
And I want to start with the MS bike race. You had really worked hard to complete the bike race, and you did. And do you want to take the audience, tell them about the bike race and about your goal and what you achieved?
Okay, I started training for the bike race back in February, and I remember telling a few people that I was going to do it, and they looked at me like I was crazy. But I spent a lot of time in the gym at first because it was winter, and once the weather broke, I went outside and started using my son's old mountain bike that weighed about 100 pounds, and so the training was pretty tough. And I really didn't decide to actually do the ride until about 3 weeks before the ride actually happened. That's when I registered, that's when I bought my bike, got clips, never rode with clips before. It was interesting. But the weather was on my side. It was nice and cool. It was actually a little bit rainy to start, so that was actually good for me. And I completed it. It felt really good. And my true motivation was actually to get people that have what I have to establish an exercise routine and say, look, you can do this. I mean, I've had MS for 24 years, and I just did this ride.
It was remarkable. I mean, I was so proud of you. That was unbelievable. How many miles was it?
150 in 2 days.
Wow. How did you feel after?
I finished Sunday, and I took it easy all day Sunday, and I was actually back on my bike on Tuesday. I went for a 20-mile ride.
Wow.
So
amazing.
The training paid off.
That's good. And like you said, empowering the patients to be fit, to have a workout routine. That was what Greg did too with pancreatic cancer, as you saw, with the Y. He was always there. When he felt well enough, he was always there working out because it made him feel better. Yep. The worst thing you could do with a cancer diagnosis or a multiple sclerosis diagnosis or any diagnosis in particular is to do nothing. And so, it empowers you to, be fit, helps on all levels. Even the social interaction and all that is just so good. And we talked about how you use the YMCA, which the YMCA I always try to plug because my heart and soul is there, and, it's just such a great place, and it's definitely the heartbeat in our community.
I agree.
Speaking of heartbeat, your video.
Yes.
I've listened to the Project Diagnosis CD, the music, and the one day I was driving and the thump, thump, thump of the heartbeat. Do you want to talk about the CD and the video?
Well, I'll start with the video, or the song from the CD. We just released the video called As I Am from the CD. And this particular song, when I wrote the lyrics, actually, it was for my kids and my family, accepting me the way I am. Because some days it's not so fun to be around someone that has something like this or any chronic disease. I mean, it's not. I mean, when you have a bad day, and my twins have never known anything but me having MS. And they've been out there fundraising and promoting awareness and that type of thing. So they accepted me as I am. And then when I met my wife Lisa, I can remember the third date. I felt like it was starting to get a little serious, and I didn't want to mislead anything. So I remember saying, I need to talk to you. And we sat down. I could still picture it. And I said to her, I have multiple sclerosis. And her answer was, oh, is that all? And I knew right then she was a girl for me. So she accepted me just the way I am. And when we blended the family, You know, my son CJ was the same way. You know, it took him a little bit, but you know, he and I think it was more he was worried about his mother, you know, and which was a good thing, you know. But you know, it all worked, and so they accepted me the way I am. Well, when the video crew came to town, the main producer, Matthew Wachsman, had a different concept. He extended it and made the video so that it is anyone accepting anyone with MS the way they are. He didn't just do it about us. So actually, I'm not in the video at all. We shot it at Heritage Plaza down here in Altoona, and we had three. I got three women actually to be in the video. Diane Madden, Cathy Morris, and then I met this lady, Kara Ebersol, from out in the Cove area, and she is in the video as well. She's featured a lot in the video, and some of the, when you watch the video, some of the things that she does with her kids, and it's just, the video is extremely powerful. It's really moving. I can't thank these guys that made it enough, along with my band all too. And we shot it, actually, when you see this video, it's kind of funny because we shot it November 15th, I can remember. And the lead singer is in a t-shirt because he wanted, as they were putting, you know, trying to figure out shots and stuff. And, you know, we shot the scenes. We were down there for probably 4 or 5 hours doing this, and Cathy and Diane were, I mean, just troopers. I mean, because you'll see they come in to the area. There's they do it like street performers, the band, and they have a hat out for collections, and you know, they had to come into the circle, and Cathy and Diane just back and forth, and you know, they were just troopers that day. They did such an amazing job, and I don't know what, you know, like, what else can you say? It's just like it's really powerful video. It is. I mean, they did such a good job with it. I'm really proud of the video.
That's awesome. So. And we're going to actually show that at the end of the show today, the actual video, you know. And so that's really nice because, you know, MS, again, like pancreatic cancer too, I mean, it, you know, it's, when you're, yours, you know, it's an ongoing. I mean, like, psychologically, what I've realized is, like Greg would always say to me, if he was diagnosed with an MS or a Parkinson's, his mom has Parkinson's, ongoing. It's very tough. Like, he knew with his, he said, boy, Cathy, he said, I'm either, you know, going to go home or I'm going to stay. But illnesses like rheumatoid arthritis, a MS, a muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's, they're very, very challenging on all. It's a whole way new. You know what I mean? You've got to really. Yeah. You know what I mean? The flares. You have your good days. You have your bad days. I know. I always say, and it sounds very strange, but I'm actually blessed with the diagnosis because I was 28 when I was diagnosed, and it made me look at things differently. Absolutely. You know? And you have to prioritize. You have to, you have to really think about, you know, you some things, and you accept a lot of things differently too. Right. You know, I had a father that, and when I was growing up, had a lot of illnesses. You know, and you know, as I look back at that, you know, I was pretty tough on him. You know, because I was, you know, this kid that was extremely active, and he couldn't do what all the other fathers could do. And it made Greg really realize, like with his mom's Parkinson's, it really made him understand the magnitude of her endurance in the journey. I mean, she's been battling it now almost 20 years, and it really, you know, his disease just made him realize that there are people, you know, that it's just, I mean, his is awful disease because it took him home, but he felt that, living like a lot of people do, and his mom with the Parkinson's, very tough. And those are diseases: MS, muscular dystrophy, Parkinson's. I think one of the absolute worst is the ALS and the ALZ. Absolute worst on my radar. We need more and more done. I mean, with the Ice Bucket Challenge for the ALS, I thought that was remarkable.
Yes.
That was just phenomenal. So, glad to see money raised, but what's sad in our country right now with these young researchers, and I've been to conferences in Chicago and in Atlanta, we have a lot of people not going into research because the funding's not there, through the NIH right now.
Right.
So, we need to be, telling our government officials that we need more funding at NIH for all these diseases. And, so it's very important.
They're all somewhat tied together.
They sure are.
Yeah.
My book, they are. Yeah. They are. I mean, all of them. That's why I honestly feel, and why I do this show, is whether it's MS, breast cancer, whether it's ALZ, ALS, it's bad. Any way you look at it, they're bad.
Yep.
And I think what Greg, by standing up to the pancreatic cancer, was saying, enough's enough. Come on, Americans, we need to change this. Let's do better for all of us, not just pancreatic, but everybody.
Yep.
Our specific, 501c3 and all that is pancreatic. But, here you are, president of Project Diagnosis, and, you really are raising awareness big time, as much as you can, too, to make it a better world.
Yeah, trying.
For everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we don't know what's going to be coming down our path, and that's kind of how Greg and I felt, too, is whatever we could do to make it a better world, we got to do it.
Yeah, and even though it may not be research, I mean, it's available on YouTube right now, and some of the comments I've gotten from, mainly, I spent probably 100 hours posting it on every Facebook site that had anything to do with MS I could find throughout the world.
Great.
And
good
some of
stuff.
the comments I got, like from support groups, like thank you, and made me cry, and keep up the great work, and just some of it was, to me, that meant so much that that it got to them, and it meant something to them. So,
and in regards to research, you said this video definitely raising awareness for the disease internationally. Where are we doing better with research with MS, or with how are we there?
The last time that I was part of a video conference or an internet conference, some of the things they were saying were just amazing.
Good.
As to how they're doing. They're working on myelin repair. They're close to arresting it, but the problem is they still don't know what causes it.
No.
So that's the hardest part. Like the treatments and some of the things that they're close to being able to do are amazing, but can they stop it?
Right. And to refresh the audience memory, what are some of the first signs of multiple sclerosis?
Oh, that's a tough question to answer, because it's different with everyone. A lot of people experience optic neuritis. Mine was my whole left side went numb.
That's what you said last time.
Some people experience pricklies type things. It like
varies.
I said, it varies.
It's vague,
so
isn't it?
much. It's usually a very difficult disease
diagnosis.
to
And
diagnose.
that's what we found with the pancreatic. It was end stage till it was even detectable. And again, wouldn't it be nice to see a world where a multiple sclerosis and cancers could be, either we get vaccinated against it, or they're earlier detected too. And so, all of them. That's why it's important that we all keep fighting back. And look at the success of the MS bike race. Can you tell the audience how long has that been around, the MS bike race, and success of that?
In this area, the MS bike ride, next year is its 20th anniversary.
Wow.
It's
a
been
huge
going
thing.
on longer. Yeah,
It's a huge thing here in the Altoona area.
correct. And this ride in particular is really popular across the state because of the route. It's it's through the wood. I was on roads I didn't even know existed. You're going up, you're going down, and a lot of bikers like that. Like the really
right.
the heavy duty bikers. They like the scenery.
Right.
They like going up and down the hills, and
it's how many participants do you get in the MS bike race?
I think they get around 500.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I do know that they raised, if I'm not mistaken, they raised $500,000 or $1 million. No, wait, I could correct me. They raised $1.2 million on the 3 rides that this society does.
That's great. Now, can you tell the audience where is our MS Society office again, and how would they get in touch with the MS Society?
Okay, in this area, the office is in Duncansville.
Okay.
It is on Old Route, it's on 22. It's by the Y switches intersection
okay.
type thing, and it's like by the subway there.
Okay.
If you know where that's at.
And is your fundraising dollars, when you do any events, is that where your dollars go to?
Ours, the way we have our foundation bylaws set up, is half of it goes for programs and services in this area.
Okay.
And half goes to the nationals
Very
for
good.
research.
Excellent. That's very good. Mostly ours goes for research. We set that up because there's just so very little research for pancreatic, and the dollars are so very few. We only get 2% of the taxpayers' dollars towards pancreatic cancer, so very little funding. So
right.
That's, in order for us to get it to a next level, it's got to, get some funding put into the research.
No, I set mine up for programs and services, and I have a reason for that. It's because the local society has helped me with so many things.
That's great.
Like they helped me get my service dog.
Yeah,
they helped
remember.
me. They helped me with air conditioning in the house.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so
it's good
that's
stuff.
why.
Yeah, that's what our dream will be in the years to come. That we'd be able. We really are hoping not to have to help any pancreatic patients, but that's what we're hoping, that if in the that we could do some help with but our dream is that we won't see any more. We're hoping
Correct,
that we can have it eliminated with the research. So and we have a couple minutes. What would you like to share with the audience in a few minutes that we have left before we show your video? What do you want to share with the audience about MS and your cause?
Well, first thing I'd like to encourage everyone to do is, once you see the video here on the show, to actually go out onto YouTube, and if you like it, share it with your your friends, because obviously the more views we get, the more clout the site our foundation gets, and it helps the MS Society. It helps awareness. There's a lot of statistics in the video and that type of thing. If you like the song, go to YouTube and download it. It's only 99 cents for the song. So,
wonderful.
And right now we have a promotion on our website that if you donate $12, at least $12 to the foundation, we'll send you a CD for free.
It's great.
That type of thing. And as I always tell everyone, I'll end with, dig deep, find your strength within, and always take up the fight.
Love it. Words to live by. Thank you, Tim. I'm really glad to have you back on. What a great show it was today with my friends, with the ladies on talking about the book, and the book's going to be called How We Got Through It. It's 13 women in Blair and Center County that are going to be sharing their experiences with different hardships in their own life. And then how wonderful to end the segment with Tim Surkovich and his journey with multiple sclerosis. There is no mountain too high or too big to climb. Long as we have God and we have faith, we just need to believe always in a better world, and God will and can transform it for us. So feel free to enjoy the video of Tim's Project Diagnosis, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
confident and strong. Still other days it seems he has no sense of right or wrong. Yet they both seem to sense this man truly cares. They set aside their anxiety and hold out their hands and accept me as I am, just as I am, as I am, and hold out their hands and accept me as I am, just as I am, as I am. Along comes a girl dealing with her own stormy past, giving her heart to the treasure she's found. This loving man at times can be so hard to be around, but she sees through the surface to know he truly cares, and hold out their hands and accept me as I am, just as I am, as I am, and hold out their hands and accept me as I am, just as I am, as I am. And so a new family plays the hand, and they've all been dealt, giving their all to a man that keeps up the fight, even when the light he carries may not shine on that bright, because he knows that they care.